We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show. I had to
Thank you.
check. I didn't know.
Thank you.
Welcome to Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how all the preppers on this planet, because of this virus, have been verified. They're doing the "I told you so" dance.
What does verified mean?
I told you there was going to be a worldwide economic meltdown.
Like they're standing up and...
They're standing up saying, yeah, I knew all about this. You guys were all going about your merry way buying expensive jewelry and cars, and I knew that I was digging a hole. See, I was right. You're wrong. But why do we care? Because they all need more land.
Yeah.
Turns out we buy and sell land, lots of it, and rural land.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good news for us. More importantly, it's not so much the "I told you so" people. It's the people that were thinking about doing some prepping and never pulled the trigger. Now they got
the closet preppers.
Yeah, now they're about to be
Could you imagine?
Let themselves out of their own cage.
What does a closet prepper look like?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what a prepper. I think
that there's a lot of canned food.
I thought it meant
artillery.
Are they in a flannel shirt?
It could be that. I don't really think about what they wear, but I think about more about if they do their own water. Maybe they make their own moonshine. What else?
Keep going. I like this.
They've been living off the land. It's so funny. As a matter of fact, we think this is really cool. We were on a, believe it or not, a birthday party Zoom event the other night, which we thought at first this was like, what are we doing? Why are we logging in? It was our friend Marcy's birthday. And she's like, hey, I'm going to do a quick Zoom toast. Will you guys join me? We're like, okay, this is weird. And then we joined and we were on there for 3 hours, all of us laughing. It was the funniest thing. I felt like we were all out together. So if you've not done it, do it. It's a crack up. Anyway, one of the guys happens to be in Bel Air and has this beautiful sprawling home. And on the side of his hill, has already been growing his own food. And he's like, no big deal. This is what we're eating. And he took us on his, took his computer and his camera outside and was showing us on the Zoom thing, here's my garden, here's where this is, that is. I'm like, this is brilliant.
A few years ago, the scientific community announced that synthetic photosynthesis, how plants convert light into food for themselves, is 100% efficient, not even 99%. What it means is that you can grow food indoors now safely. So it's not crazy to just bury a bunch of containers and grow your own food, make your own water. It's really easy to make your own water, and on and on and on.
I concur. Before we get into it, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the Land Investors online community. It's free.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
I missed my line.
It's okay. That's why I'm here. Case wrote, hi, everyone. I've used Jack and Jill's method to successfully buy and sell smaller tracts between 2 and 16 acres, but I'm wanting to buy a larger tract between 100 and 200 acres for my personal use and was wondering if the standard offer of between 25 and 35% of comps is reasonable for these larger purchases. Just thinking about it from a numbers perspective, if I were to offer 35% of the comps for a property with a retail value of $400,000. So that's like, okay, $2,000 an acre times 200 acres equals $4,000. $400,000, excuse me. I would be offering $140,000. Okay, so let's say we've got my $400,000 number times 0.35, 35% equals $140,000. This seems like a very steep discount, and I'm not sure I would have much success in finding one. Any help as to what percentage of comps you use when making offers on larger properties or any other tips for these larger properties would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Boy, I have an opinion too.
Go first.
I can't
It's a
tell
very,
you.
very smart question, by the way.
Doesn't scare me at all. Who would want to get a check for $140,000 right now?
Yeah, or any time for that matter. So Jill's right. That was actually going to be my point too. People don't respond to these offers that we send out. Price is not their first priority. Again, it's a garage sale mentality. You don't have a garage sale to maximize price for the broom that you put out there or anything else for that matter. You do it to get the stuff out of your house because your spouse is yelling about it, or you're just sick of it, or right now you're probably just bored as hell. So you don't care what it sells for. At the end, you're going to take a little stack of money and go buy yourself a couple of beers, hopefully. And that's the same thing with this real estate, believe it or not. The people that actually sign these offers are like, yeah, we've had this land forever. I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do? List it, go through the whole thing, wait a year, wait 6 months, wait a year? No. So it's the same thing with larger property. I will say this in general, and it shouldn't affect your pricing. I just want to say it because you need to be aware of it. People who own larger property in general are much more sophisticated than people who own smaller properties in general. And people who have a lot of property are more sophisticated also. That doesn't mean they don't run out of money too, or they have or die, or they have some need, or pass down all their property after they pass away. And now that whoever's got it doesn't care. The kids don't care. So just keep that in mind. Right now, 35% is too high. Because of this virus, I'd go in at closer to 20 to 25%. So a $400,000 property, I'd offer $100,000, maybe 98, maybe 89 even.
I got to say too, for anyone that's just tuning in, and this sounds nuts, I'm sorry, but what do we have? 16,000 transactions that we've done with these numbers. And then can't even think, this is just our transactions. That's what's funny. Like, oh, you mean Land Academy? No, meaning this duo, basically. More you than me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say I helped with several.
As a group, we do about 1,000 transactions a month.
Right. So that's a lot too. These numbers are not nuts, and it's about to get nuttier. I'm really I
can't wait.
I know. I'm excited to hear some of the deals that we and others in our community are going to close.
As today's topic, preppers have now been verified because of these current events. They need your land. This is the meat of the show. That really is kind of the whole show. Everybody who ever is a prepper and is prepped for this event is saying, I told you so. And everybody who's ever thought about being a prepper just got the confirmation that they needed.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be caught in their mind. They're not going to be caught not being prepared ever again.
Right.
And there's already stuff in the news. I hope that somebody's binge listening to this like a year from now, and I'm all wrong. There's already stuff in the news about, this is going to pretty much be an annual thing. You know, there's going to be an annual virus or something that causes the world to shut down every year, and we'll just.
Could you imagine?
Like France, we'll just take 6 weeks off every year.
That would be horrible. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Don't be like France.
No.
Whoever you are. Even if you're French, don't do it.
When do they normally do this? I don't even know.
Europe has they
usually have longer
Europe has a
vacation
mandated
time.
6-week vacation.
Oh, okay.
Some countries in Europe.
Well, then if they move their summertime to spring, I'm good with that, but still. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's about it.
That was it.
I think that was appropriate for you to cut me off there.
Oh, okay, good. Before it went really, really south.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because for a long time, I've been involved with many individuals in the prepper community. We've talked about helping each other out and have helped each other out, like with deals and things like that. I haven't got into it. I need to. I've had people said, "Hey, we should do podcast stuff," but we have been on a few shows. I think that are people that are kind of closet or not closet preppers.
Yeah.
And talked about what we do.
I mean, the truth is Jill and I try to stay in the middle about a lot of stuff. When the cameras get turned off or during the live events, we're not in the middle about anything. We're all, it's shocking how similar the people that come to our events, these live events that we do.
We all think the same.
Yeah.
Yep. We're all on the same page.
Right. So
it's like our today's Thursday it's Wednesday as you're listening, but we have a weekly afternoon, what am I trying to say?
Webinar.
Land Academy and House Academy. We have 2 different webinars that we do
live
every week, and it's private and it's closed, and we all speak our minds, and it's really good. We can be way more
not rated
vocal than this. But still, we're honest right now. That's always how we've been. So nothing's changed.
And then it goes without saying, I think, but I'm going to say it anyway. Technology, by minute, week by week, is advancing to the point where living off the grid and collecting rainwater, alternative septic systems, growing food underground in containers and stuff is advancing rapidly. So this event was going to times 10 that. I think the demand for, I don't know, you name it, anything that's involved with preparing for whatever happens next year will be escalated.
I love it. That's
So
a
do
good
I.
point. I can't believe in just in the last 10 years, the changes that we've overcome with land. So many people now can go out and, take care of their own energy and take care of their own water and take care of whatever they need. It's so wonderful. And there's a whole thing right now. That right now, someone is creating a whole business
Yep.
out of this whole thing
Yeah.
that's going to further solve working and living off the land and being wherever you want and having a vibrant, happy life.
If you look at the ranking for shows like television shows on Amazon or Netflix, and you see the prepper shows and the tiny house shows and living off the grid shows are all way moved up in the rank right now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, because everybody's
way
listening to
moved
them?
up. Yeah, because everybody's like,
Oh,
I don't want to live in this apartment in Manhattan, New York, and get SARS.
it's true.
I've been working from home anyway. Why am I putting myself through this?
It's not SARS right now, though, by the way.
It is a version of SARS.
Oh, okay.
I like to call it the SARS.
I know you do.
People are clicking off their stuff right now.
I know. I just want to make sure we're respectful.
Go ahead, cut me off.
It's okay. You're good. Happy you could join us today. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are right here on the Land Academy Show. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find us on the House Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called Commercial Real Estate Will Change Forever. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. If you're an employer and you have a bunch of people working in, let's call it a cube farm, and you're forced to send them all home and you've been adamantly against it. This is me, by the way. Adamantly against sending your people home for a bunch of reasons. Maybe you're an old school weirdo like me and you're forced to send them home now. What do you think's going to happen after this is all over and everybody's thriving at home and doing great and they're hitting their numbers and they're smiling? Are you going to bear the expense of resetting up that office that you had? In some cases, it's, office buildings full of people. No, I'd be happy to carve out $100,000, $200,000 of monthly rent. That obviously doesn't apply to us, but large corporations where everybody's just on the computer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial real estate is going to change forever. That's tomorrow.
The Land Academy Show remains commercial free for you, our loyal listeners. So wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
And inspiration.
to buy undervalued property.